Making sure I'm recording. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 0 Mile ADV and 0 Mile Business Building, a beginner's guide to building a business. This week, actually a really good win. And so what was that win? We've been kind of chasing a certain manufacturer for a little while now because it seems that they really know what they're doing. They actually are going to have a presence at the EICMA conference, which I think is in Italy. If you're not familiar with EICMA, EICMA is like the big yearly trade show for motorcycles where a lot of the big brands come out and they introduce new motorcycles, they introduce new gear. So like if you're excited about it, you look forward to it every year. I actually think it's in Italy, I'm not sure. And I don't even know what EICMA stands for, to be honest with you. So if you know, leave a comment below. Tell me what it is. Tell me why I'm an idiot. I don't know I should know what it stands for. I love motorcycles, so I look forward to it. So I should know, but I don't know. I'm just being honest. And so for the rest of you, only the few of you that will actually watch these videos, I hope you find them. I hope you get value from this. So the best thing that they say you can do to really understand something is to teach it to somebody else. So hopefully I can teach you something. And if throughout this entire series, I help one person get excited enough to start their own business, start their own thing, to change their life and do something that they've always wanted to do, then I can die a happy man. And with that being said, the whole morbid thing and how short life is has really been just weighing heavily on me. If you didn't watch my last week's video, you'll understand why. But life is short, man. Don't live with regrets. Don't live it building somebody else's dreams. Do your own thing. Make it happen. Bring people along the way. Change their life. People, purpose, profits. I think if you focus in that order, things will work out. That's my rant. Let's get into the win. So we've been chasing this manufacturer that currently manufactures a lot of motorcycle apparel currently, and they're going to EICMA. And finally, after a lot of hard work that was actually worth it. So what was the thing that changed? Why did they have a conversation with us today? I actually got on the phone with I think like the COO, he's basically the owner's son, who's kind of like running the company. What was the big difference? So I talked earlier on that I've now gone back and I'm doing kind of this big business incubator series because I think it's always good to get back to the basics. And in that process, we built out our entire brand journey. So like, what does the brand look like? Basically, a company is a brand, and you have to have a certain tone and a certain goal and be a way to have a way to communicate to people. And so we've been working really hard, I should say me and Hassan, have been working really hard on building that brand vision and what it looks like so we can find the partners that are going to work with us. Again, back with the idea of people, purpose, profits, always trying to find the right people to work with and always focusing on the relationships first, and then what our general purpose is. And I think that is really important, and then the money should follow if we do those things. I really believe in that. I think if you focus on those things, the money always comes because you're helping people, you have a purpose for helping those people, and then you're providing value to the market. And so you should see the money, which is a necessary evil, to be honest with you. But with that whole philosophical rant aside, we had been working on this brand vision, and when we sent him the brand vision, our vision truly was unique. And that was probably the best thing I've heard over the last couple months because I really want to do something that's unique. I don't want to just white label and recreate the same thing that's already out there. People can do that. If that's going to bring you excitement and you can make enough money and you can solve a problem from people just by kind of white labeling what's already out there, then I say go for it, do it. But I really wanted to do something unique. And so what we're doing with 0 Mile ADV that is different from other companies is really trying to walk that fine line between protection and wearability. It is very, very hard. If you look at a lot of the companies that are currently providing like streetwear for motorcycles, a lot of them are in the sports market, like the sports bike market. And actually, it's windy out here. I do have the dead cat on, and hopefully my jacket's covering the audio decently well. So hopefully it's not too bad. We'll find out when I edit this. But most of the sport, it's like kind of like a sport bike thing, and it's got this very urban feel. But for the rest of us, like an adventure might be You know, there's the old joke that GS riders only buy their adventure bikes to ride them to Starbucks. I think it's awesome. If you want to buy a motorcycle and you want to go rip your backcountry roads like I have out here, and then you want to go and sit and have a good cup of coffee with a friend, or heck, even by yourself, and if that's a good afternoon, lean into it. I think it's awesome, and I think you should do it. But do you want to look like you just rode halfway across the country, you know, and you've been living on your motorcycle and you just completed the, you know, 4th version of long way up, long way round, and Ewan McGregor's your best friend? Probably not, right? At least I don't. And so, you know, how can we make apparel that provides the functionality needed for off-road riding in a decent amount of road from a protection standpoint and a functionality standpoint, but something that is also styled nicely that you probably would wear to church on Sunday, right? Like I go to like a more modern church, so like it's pretty low key. Like I don't have to wear a suit and tie to church. Like I don't know if you're going to like whatever. We're not getting the whole religious conversation, but the thing is like, would I wear these clothes to church? Are they nice enough to where like I would go there and it doesn't look like I'm getting ready to go race my dirt bike? And you know, like with my Honda, I love the Honda, and actually a lot of people also seem to like the Honda because it seems to get the most videos, and it's fun to make content with that bike. But you know, it's like I'm not going out to race, I'm going out to have fun, but it is a pain to like go out and just rip for an hour or two and then come home and then you got to like strip everything off and you got to change, and maybe you're sweaty and dirty, so it might not be a bad idea. You might want to anyways, but in most cases it's like in the fall when the weather's nice, like you're going out and ripping around having fun. Maybe you want to stop at your local coffee shop, support your local specialty coffee, have a coffee, then go home, and then, you know, go with the wife and kids to the grocery store, to the park, without having to change and still looking decent, right? And I think that is our North Star. That's what we are always pointed towards. And to hear this manufacturer say like that they were excited about that, they really are excited for the vision and the brand and what we're trying to do. And then when we were talking about actually putting some of those pieces together and looking at how all was going to work, they provide a lot of great insight, and I think it's going to be good. There's a caveat. We have to get samples from them to make sure that the quality is there, right? You don't want to produce a terrible product, right? We can have all the greatest vision in the world and the greatest look, but if it's a terrible product at the end of the day, we're going to lose our customers faster than, you know, than a drop of a hat, and all this money and time was for nothing. So the samples have to be good. So the samples are being made. It's going to take a couple weeks, so we should have some samples from them. We can make sure the quality is good. I'm really confident that the quality is going to be good. Talking with them today, we'll see. You never know. I'm going to be bummed if it's not. But I think that was a really big win. I think we have a really good manufacturer for basically our primary product lines. We are going to have some fun ancillary stuff like t-shirts and hoodies and some other stuff to just kind of create a better brand culture and some cool things. But those we have a few other manufacturers from, but I think our hardest struggle is finding something that could really help us build this vision and provide us some insight, right? Like when you're building software, you need a good engineer that can not only translate your ideas into code and into a product, but can also help you think about how to accomplish it technically in unique ways to really change the market. And so I feel like we've found some good textile engineers, and I'm excited about potentially working with them. And so really good win today, really good call. I think if you really are trying to build a business in whatever aspect that is, really go through the brand building process. Take time to architect every aspect of what that dream looks like, and shoot me a DM or shoot me a message if you're going through this process and you want kind of a template or outline. I'd be happy to share, you know, ours and like what we've been going through and give you some pointers to help you start filling and figuring that out. But when you have that vision, when you're starting to look for partners to accomplish the things that you need to do, because again, you can't do this alone. That's why it's always people first. Like nothing is ever created by yourself. I don't care what you do, it is never created by yourself. And I could go on a really long rant about this, but it takes a village, right? Like, you know, like when they say it takes a village to raise a kid, right? Like it takes the whole community. Really to do anything, it takes people. And so going through that process and clearly having that laid out will really help you find the right people to accomplish that goal. So with that, I'm ranting. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. It's probably the best thing you can do for the channel. It helps a lot. And for like the few hundred of you that watch these, I hope these are providing value to you. Our initial shipment of other samples were delayed, so we're still waiting on that. So for all of you that are like, I don't know, maybe this whole thing is fake because I haven't actually showed you anything physical yet, you still have to wait. It's still a waiting game to know if this whole thing is fake and I'm just making this whole thing up, because that shipment was delayed because of the sampling process from one of our other manufacturers. So with that, make sure to subscribe, and until then, until next time, stay safe out there.